Beginnings beneath Basel skies, Noah Okafor was born in Binningen, Switzerland, on 24th May 2000. He grew up chasing a ball, learning the rhythms of the beautiful game, in the youth ranks of FC Basel. From early on, he felt two pulses inside him, the one that raced when he prepared for a match, and a quieter one that stirred when he saw an interesting collar, a bold jacket cut, or a color combination in a window. He kept the second pulse low-key. On the pitch, he was the forward, the pace, the dribble, the goal. Off it, he was quietly observing fabrics, silhouettes, streetwear trends, imagery. He didn't talk about it much. The football world expected clean lines, team kit, discipline. So he sketched in a small notebook, tucked inside his sports bag, between training gear and boots. Rise in football, and the internal tug as his career rose, reaching stints at Red Bull Salzburg, where he won multiple Austrian titles, and then a move to AC Milan in 2023. He was fulfilling dreams, but the tug of fashion never left. On travel days when teammates lounged in tracksuits, he'd quietly lean toward the airport shop, flicking through designer magazines, imagining his own style. One evening in Milan, he walked the cobbled streets after training. The facade of a boutique caught his eye. Sleek black metal, glass showing a tailored coat with an asymmetric lapel. The coat called to him like a free kick calling for the net. He stopped, gazed a while, then slipped inside. The assistant asked with a smile, "Footballer?" He nodded. The assistant nodded back. "You look like fashion, too." It lingered with him. The challenge of being two things at Milan, expectations were high. On the pitch, he worked for space, for chance, for goal. Off it, the notebook of designs began to fill. He sketched a jacket inspired by the Rossoneri colors. Black and red, but with a twist. Fold-over seams like the stripes of the San Siro stands. He imagined it, but felt he couldn't yet show it. What if people thought he wasn't serious about football? In the locker room, a senior teammate teased, "Noah, the next time you score, how about you design the medal?" It was friendly banter, but underneath was the unspoken, "Be the footballer, not the fashion guy." Noah felt the tension, the drive to score, and the desire to express. A turning point, the win that opened doors. There came a match mid-season, away, the turf slick from rain. Milan were down 1-0 at halftime. Noah came on as substitute. He changed the pace, ran off the wing, found space, struck a shot, goal. The crowd roared, and for the first time he realized, football gives you the platform, the skill, the moment, the spotlight, and maybe fashion could ride that platform. That night after the win, he changed into a side room of his hotel suite, not the standard tracksuit. He wore a custom bomber jacket, midnight navy with subtle red piping, something he'd sketched on a flight. A teammate noticed. "Where did you get that?" Noah smiled. "Made." The word hung in the air, the reveal of his secret and the decision. In Milan's off-season, Noah decided he would start a capsule collection, nothing huge, just 10 pieces, inspired by football, the folds of a jersey, the movement of a winger, the geometry of a stadium seat. He named the line offside attire in his mind, but first he had to test it. He sent samples to a friend in Zurich, a tailor he'd met one winter. One evening, he invited close friends, teammates, family, to a mini show in his flat. He stood at the doorway in a piece, tailored joggers, high-collar jacket, boots switched for loafers. They were silent a moment, then applause. His father, the former goalkeeper, nodded. "You're doing both," his father said. "You're telling people you can win on the pitch and win in style." And that was the decision. He would embrace both. The new normal, balancing pitch and runway. When the new season began, he arrived at the stadium in his own design. Sneakers swapped for clean leather trainers, a bomber over the team track suit until the tunnel. Reporters noted it. Fans snapped. But he still changed into the kit for warm-up, still trained hard. In the locker room, a young academy player asked him, "Why do you care about jackets when you could care about goals?" Noah answered simply, "Because the moment before the goal, I feel alive. And the moment I slip on a jacket I designed, I feel the same. The kid nodded. The collection launched quietly online. Minimalist, athletic-inspired, color blocks of Swiss lakes, mountain grays, midnight black. It sold. But more importantly, the respect grew. From teammates, from fans. They saw he wasn't playing dress-up. He was designing from his heart. The big match and the fashion moment, then came a big match. The league decider, stadium full, the pitch heavy. Noah scored again. The celebration. He raised his arms, pointed to sky. On the way off the pitch, he winked at the camera. That night at the after party, he showed up in a custom blazer, black velvet, red lining, a nod to his club colors. The next day, a headline, Okafor, from boot to blazer. Some purists scoffed, but he didn't mind. He had learned that identity isn't single track, it's multiple lanes. Football was the main lane. Fashion was the side lane that fed into it, gave him clarity, purpose, vision, a message for the next generation. In a youth football talk he gave, a young Swiss boy raised his hand. Mr. Okafor, you play football and you design clothes. How do you pick one? Noah looked at him, smiled. I don't pick one. I pick both. If you have two loves, don't bury one. Let them dance. Let football sharpen you. Let fashion free you. One side doesn't weaken the other. It strengthens. Looking ahead, Noah knows the seasons will change. Injuries might come. Transfers might happen. But the sketchbook, the fabrics, the colors, they will always be there. He imagines a flagship store, Okafor Atelier and football. He imagines kids wearing his jackets while training. He imagines the locker room laughter when a teammate asks, "Which piece did you draw?" And he answers, "The one you're wearing tomorrow." Final image. On a crisp Swiss evening, he stands on a balcony in Milan, city lights below. In one hand a football, in the other a roll of fabric. He looks at both, feels the thrill of both. He knows the world sees the forward, the national team star. But he also knows the world will soon see the designer. Because when he steps onto the pitch, he's in uniform. But when he steps off, he's in vision. And that, he thinks, is the point. Not to choose either or, but to become and. Footballer and fashion maker, Swiss and global, speed and style, goal and garment,